Hey bitches, it's Nick Snyder, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to discuss the drama that is still surrounding James Charles by this dude who set him up over on TikTok. This video is literally the part 2 for my previous video, which is James Charles' biggest mistake yet, so I am going to place a card in the upper right hand corner as well as a link down in the description. If this is your first time on my channel, hello, welcome, how are you doing? If you could please hit the subscribe button down below, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you are someone who's been here for a day, a week, a month, or a year, welcome back. If you could please make sure you have all of your notifications set to on by clicking the bell icon somewhere on the screen. Please know that everything I speak on in my videos is my own personal opinion, and opinions are not facts, and please do not send hate to anyone or any brand that I speak on in my videos, because that is not what these are meant for. They're meant for us to throw a little shade, spill a little tea, and have a messy time here on the internet. I do want to say that this video was originally recorded in video form, but for some reason the audio is okay, but the video is glitching a lot, so I'm just going to include the audio of that video inside of this one, so here we go. So let's talk about the situation with James Charles, because it seems that James Charles, whenever he is involved in drama, as of recently, as of not the drama that had to do with Tati, it always has to do with some guy, and I like to call them boys because it's literally what they are. I swear, I've said it numerous times on this channel, I've said it on Twitter, all that. James Charles needs to get himself a man, honey. I don't understand why he is trying to stick around with all these like young, like little TikTok people. I also find it very odd that all of these adults who are in their 20s are hanging out with these TikTok stars that are 18 and under. That I find very odd. I don't know what somebody in their 20s would have in common with someone who is under the age of 18. Not my cup of tea, not something that I get down with. So there's this dude who is 14 or 15 years old. He's not exactly sure of how old he is. Online is not exactly sure of how old he is. So we're gonna go between 14 and 15 years old. Basically, he went into James Charles' DMs when he was with his friends. This is admitted by him, that they were going to shoot their shot, and they were basically trolling James Charles to see if he would respond. And of course, James Charles responded. I don't know why James Charles is responding to these boys over in the Instagram DMs, but neither here nor there. So long story short, there is a screenshot that Dustin Daly put over in his video showing that James Charles, in fact, did ask this kid how old he was, and then an image was sent. There's like a disappearing image type of thing over on Instagram. So that is to be thought that the kid responded to him and said, yes, I am over the age of 18. Personally, I think it's great that James Charles took the responsibility and asked this kid how old he was, even though the kid did in fact lie to him. I still want to say though, I do think that James Charles did not go with his due diligence on this one, and the fact that he did not research this kid a little bit more, especially since the kid did have a following on social media. You think that James Charles or someone on his team would be like, you know, you're talking to this guy, he looks really young, let's just look into him just a little bit, because there are so many people out there, not just with James, but anyone that has clout, there are so many people out there that would love to get them into a scandal so they can get their numbers to rise, so they can get some viewers, so they can get subscribers. But let's take social media out of this real quick. Let's pretend that this kid had no social media following. There are some shady in this world that would love to get an adult to do some inappropriate things in DMs with someone who is not of age, so they can turn around and sue them, so they can make a big deal of it, and they can get a pretty paycheck at the end of the day. Look, all I am saying is that James Charles, who is 21 years old, if he wants to date an 18 or a 19-year-old, which I'm not exactly sure why he would want to do such a thing, but if he wants to date someone that is 18 or 19 years old, he needs to do a little bit more research, ask to see an identification to confirm how old they are, so you do not end up in a situation like what is going on right now. One of the main arguments that was underneath my comment section of my last video, as well as on social media, is why would someone who is talking to another person online ask to have verification of their age? And my answer to that is like, hi, you're on another video about the same subject. This is why. I just realized that my fan that is right above me right here is so loud in this video, so I do apologize, but let's just think of it as like an ASMR moment. Just close your eyes, just listen to me as I speak. So noticeably, James Charles has been very silent on social media about the allegations that this kid placed against him on social media. Rightfully so, I think. I don't think that if James Charles sat down and started firing back at this kid who is underage, I don't think that would look good for James Charles at all, so I hope that he's handling everything behind the scenes. But there is someone that goes by the name of Reagan777 over on TikTok who uploaded a few videos to her TikTok channel saying that this kid called her. This kid admitted that he was shooting his shot with James. This kid admitted that he was just trying to get some clout out of this situation. Here's what she had to say.
Okay, I don't like getting in drama. I don't get in drama. I don't like getting in drama. But if I see something that I don't like, something that's not true, a fabricated statement, I'm going to speak up on it, especially if I know the people personally. So these two guys, Ethan and Zay, are trying to claim that James Charles baited them. And people are believing them, as they do on social media. What I think is funny about it is that a month ago, they texted me, since I've known them for 2 or 3 years now. They live a good 20, 30 minutes away from me. I've never met them personally, but we've been social media friends for a fat minute. James commented on one of my videos and they saw it, so they FaceTimed me. Keep in mind, the only time they've ever reached out to me is whenever I've hit a success or I've hit another milestone, which is also really funny. But they saw that James commented on one of my videos It was a transition video and he gave me a compliment. Obviously, I'm a fangirl, so I was freaking out. This is part 1. Part 2 is going to be posted after this. So Ethan and Zay snap call me. I answered the call and they were like, hey, we saw that James commented on your video. Like, that's super cool. And I was just freaking out. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, he did. And then Ethan was like, well, I actually talked to James. And Zay was like, yeah, he talks to James. And I was like, oh, like, that's so cool. Whatever. And then he proceeded to tell me that he DM'd him and that James actually responded and he thought that was crazy. He's telling me how it was so cool that James had talked to him and that they Snapchatted each other. He was just basically bragging about how James talks to him and how he flirts with James and all this stuff. He told me, he's like, I'm not gay, but like, it's James Charles, so I'm gonna flirt with him. Keep in mind, Ethan has told me before that he's 17, about to turn 18. All of a sudden, he's 14. So when I hear that he told James that he was 14, and then I saw that James posted screenshots saying he's 18, I believed it, because he lied to me about his age. Part 3 is after this. I think it's funny that in his video, he's 14 or 15, either or, they're the same thing. And he's saying, well, he could have looked me up. I could have looked him up too, but I didn't, because that's weird. Who just goes and looks people up? I'm sorry, I don't do that. Basically, Ethan claims that James baited him, James was sending him booty pics, and that he felt so uncomfortable. He felt like his family's life was in danger because he was being hit on after he DM'd someone, saying that he was trying to shoot his shot, knowing their sexuality, lying about their age. But in his video, he says everything opposite of what actually happened, and I know because he told me. So I saw on Snapchat Drama Alert the video clips from Ethan's video he made telling the story about James Charles and what happened. I'm not even lying when I say I looked at that video like this, because a month ago they had told me exactly what happened and it was nothing that they were saying in the video. They were conscious about the whole situation. Part 4 after this. So whenever I saw that Snapchat, I sent it to him. I screenshotted it and I sent it to him. I sent it to Ethan on Snapchat. I don't have his number saved because I just thought they were sketchy in the first place. He opened my screenshot that I sent him, left it on red, and I replied again. I was not about to let someone get canceled for something that didn't even happen just because they want a little bit of clout. And I sent him a bunch of question marks, didn't answer. So then the next day I Snapchatted him, this is yesterday, and I said, why are you lying about this to get clout? I'm blocked. Then I go in my DMs and I'm like, maybe I can find something about it in Zay's DMs on Instagram because he always DMs me. I'm blocked. So if y'all want to believe Ethan and Zay, y'all can, but whenever I try to confront them about it because they told me what happened, they blocked me. Isn't that like a little bit sketchy? Just a tiny bit sketchy that they blocked me. I'm sorry, I'm not going to let someone get canceled for something they didn't do, especially if you lied about your age. Everything Ethan and Zay said in the video is the complete opposite from what they told me. It's very clear what they're trying to do, and it's disgusting.
This is such a messy situation, but after hearing what she had to say, if there is any truth to what she is actually saying, I really hope that James Charles takes legal action against this kid. And you know what? You can't sue the kid because he doesn't have anything. Sorry, parents, but guess what? This is an extremely messy situation, so I hope that it is being handled behind the scenes and it is not going to continue to unfold on social media, because in my opinion, this is not drama for online. This is someone who is underage, clearly lying about their age to try to trap someone who is overage, to send them inappropriate photos and have that kind of conversation with them. Now, do I think that James Charles is 100% in the right in this situation? No, I don't, of course. I think that James Charles should have done his due diligence. He should have looked into this kid. He should have researched him a little bit. People can say that I'm crazy. That's so creepy. You have to protect yourself at the end of the day, and James Charles is someone who is in a position that really, really needs to protect himself. He needs to stop messing around with these boys, and he needs to get himself a man. Please let me know all of your thoughts and opinions down below on everything going on with James Charles currently, but I have yet another purchase that I want to show you guys. And no, this is not sponsored. I purchased this with my own money, and this is after Instagram got me again. You guys know on this channel, if I see something sponsored on Instagram more than 3 times, I am probably going to pick it up because I'm like, oh my God, it's like the most amazing thing. I have to have it. Look at all these fake comments on Instagram. So I picked up none other than the Chili Pad right here because I am someone who sleeps very hot at night. I will sweat like a in church if I do not have a fan on me, and this is supposed to save that. I don't have to have a fan on me anymore, so I'm actually very curious if this is going to work. I set the other one up in my room because I got the one for my whole bed. I have a California King, so I did actually pick up 2 of these. I believe they were on sale. I got it for just under $1,000 with like a 200 night sleep guarantee, so I will definitely let you guys know about this because this is definitely a larger purchase, but if it fixes my sweating at night. So I was gonna sit here and do a dramatic opening for you guys and be like, this is what you first see when you open the box, but you guys don't give a fuck about that, neither do I, to be completely honest. So here is what the Chili Pad looks like. Yes, it is large. They actually have one called like the Oozler or something, it's actually more sleek. It can slide under your bed if you have a larger bed that sits up. I got this one because that one was $500 more, and I was like, girl, it does the exact same thing other than the fact the other one has an app. I was like, I don't need an app. This one comes with a remote. I'm not gonna be sitting on my phone like playing with numbers and all that, like, ooh, it's hot now. Ooh, it's cold now. Because this does actually go cool and hot. It has a huge hose that comes out of this one, so I have two of these now. One is on each side of my bed, and the hose will just go underneath your mattress, and then it basically just like pumps water throughout the night to keep you cool as you're sleeping. A little weird. I did sleep on the mat last night. I was thinking it was gonna be kind of uncomfortable because there are little tubes in that. It wasn't. It actually, I feel like, made my bed more comfortable, if that makes sense. So yeah, here is the ChiliPad. I will definitely be updating you guys on this. Very excited. Wanted to use it last night, but then I remembered I had to have distilled water, so I had to make an Instacart order today, which was crazy because we have a hurricane coming towards us this weekend. So I hope that everyone stays safe if you are in the way of the hurricane that is coming through. I don't think it's going to actually be like a hurricane. I think it's just like a tropical storm. But stay safe out there, everyone. Make smart decisions, and I'll keep you guys posted on this. I love you guys. I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye.